Kitchen Couch Podcast. We're feeding the soul one conversation at a time. The Kitchen Couch Podcast. The Kitchen Couch. The Kitchen Couch. We feeding the soul one conversation at a time.
And I had this random conversation with a waitress at a restaurant I was at brunch last weekend. The conversation came about how we choose our parents. And before we even come here, which this whole nother topic, which I'll go into, people that believe it. If you don't, you don't. Fine. It's not trying to convince anybody this, but I do believe that we make agreements before we come to Earth, to the planet, and that you come here to be a vessel for whatever that is, because your parents need you. Some of us need our parents in a way to help us fulfill whatever it is that we need to fulfill. But I felt the same with my mom. Like, I came here as a vessel, as somebody to show her love and to show her that life is not all about suffering, and that you can live a fulfilled life. And you know, but again, I also don't think suffering's equal. I think that my mom's life was a life of suffering, and not me saying this in any kind of oppression Olympics or anything like that, but she really did live a very hard life, and I saw it early on. You know, like, it was, I had so much empathy and compassion for my mom. Like, even as an adolescent, as a young kid, I saw it early, you know. And so that alone changed the way I saw life. And I was like, that's not going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was determined to say, I just don't. And again, suffer is not equal, but I used to always say, like, I'm not here to suffer. Like, that's not my journey. Like, that's not going to be my mom for sure. Like, and I'll talk about this in a different episode, but like, I never heard I love you, blah. No. I knew she loved me though, you know, but I never heard that growing up.
Do you feel like there's some like a deficit of not having heard that?
Oh yeah. Like, you're talking about, for one, not hearing it, but also like how you perceive it. Like, what you think love is, you know. So you're watching. I don't want to go too deep into it, because I think we could talk about it all day and go to a different episode, but my concept of love was abuse. And so I did not want it. So if it came, I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay here for a little bit, and then I'm out. Like,
I love you. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But those are like deep things that
Yeah.
I had to acknowledge. And you were talking about acting earlier, and how it changed you and how it showed you some of the things that you needed to do in order to either stay in that space or to learn about yourself. You kind of learn like your insecurities, you learn like what you're not good at. Like, I learned that I had this block in me. Like, it was very hard for me to be vulnerable, and you have to be vulnerable to be in acting. Like, you just have to go to these places that, to become that character, you have to tap into your vulnerable side. And sometimes, and for me, I couldn't do it. Like, I could never cry. I could never, it just was stuff that I could not do. And I had this like block in me. That literally is one of the things that made me go to therapy. No lie. Like, it was because I just had this thing in me, like, I could not be vulnerable. And that's limiting. Like, you know, I know people not used to Black men being that way, showing up that way, but it's a very powerful thing if you can do it, you know. And so it's literally like, it's like,
I'm interested. because I don't enjoy, like, I enjoy doing comedy stuff, but part of that is because I'm good goofball, as you know. And it's easy to me, but I also enjoy the artistry of comedy. And it's not that I don't enjoy the artistry of the drawing, but to me, it's not as fun. But some people really enjoy it. Like, they go get down on it. It's not over. It's not spaghetti. And it's just, I'm just like, ugh. I'd rather entertain by doing a deadpan, holding the beat, and having the room like erupt in laughter.
Sure.
And that like feeds the drive, the thespian drive in me. And I'm sitting there because as you're saying that, I'm like, let me have a block. It's like, no, I'm just tired.
Yeah, mine was definitely just trauma induced. Like I just could not. There were certain places I just could not go because I had blocked. Like I was. So that led me to, all right, I gotta be. If I'm gonna be serious about acting, like I need to, you know. But also myself. Like these are things I'm learning about myself. So I am serious about self-care, which it got me there. So yeah. What's next for you? What's next chapter of life? Like, where do you see yourself? Like, what do you? I know you talked about peace is the goal, which is
It's forever
for sure,
goal.
for sure.
Big rapid goal. I want to have as much freedom as I can.
What is freedom?
And I'm
What
thinking about, and right now this could be considered on superficial, but it's not. Like I want to be able to like up and travel when I want to travel and stay in bed while I was staying in bed. And when I'm working hard, I want to love the work that I'm doing and feel like I'm making a difference that's fulfilling me within. Because you can make a difference and you still like me. But I want to get that gratification of just living. And so that's on my itinerary.
What do you do every morning when you wake up? Like, what's the first thing you do?
Get on social media. You thought it was like, I get right on my phone. And I'm like, what is he on Instagram? Because I have to send I'm a texter. The memes,
Yes.
the reels they must be sent. They're not going to send themselves.
Do you pray? Are you a praying person?
Not so much now. I'm more. I used to like try to like meditate and crack the code. But I'll have lots of thoughts with myself. That I think are like I come up with like really good ideas, or if there are discussions that are still on the table about something, that's when I am doing like my mental processing of things. So I do that. And I don't pray often anymore.
Yeah, they're no different. I just want to know, like, what do you do to like ground yourself and like center yourself, your thoughts, like from like a mindfulness standpoint? Like, do you ever take time and just be with yourself? Like, do you ever take time to be with your thoughts, sit with your thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do with that? Like, what do you do?
That's usually, it's like in the shower or brushing my teeth or something is when I start having like those thoughts. That's where a lot of my ideas come. That's when a lot of my ideas come. Unfortunately, or maybe not, a lot of those thoughts are related to work. And on occasion, they're related to just me. I like when I can have those thoughts when I don't have anything weighing like something work related that I have to solve for, or a relationship, something that I have to solve for, or when it's just like everything is fine and I'm just having thoughts. Because then that's just, to me, it's just like everything is good. Now it's just, let's watch flowers bloom type thing.
What's your goal? Like, what's 3 goals for this? Do you set goals? I guess that's a good question to ask too, because everybody doesn't set goals. Like, what's something you want to get done the next year?
I would like to have at least, well, we'll say 3 properties that I own. My true goal, and I've been saying it more and more, louder and louder, like verbalizing it to others, but then saying it in my mind and psyche more and more, is that I would want to retire myself.
Mm.
And so that's to me, it's a fulfilling way to do it. I really like flipping, but the residual income of only property.
Yep.
I want to be able to go talk about flipping into soon if I want to, and then go again in March if I want to.
So we normally have a fishbowl. So we're going to use words. It's going to be one word. Like, how does that word make you feel when you hear it? And we'll kind of cover it. Yeah.
Okay.
Friendship.
And how do I feel? How's that word make me feel? How does that work? When I think friendship, I think chill. Chill. Fun. That's what I think.
When I hear friendship, I think about similar to yours, chill, but I think about I'm trying to find the right word to describe it. Not that. Like very independent when I think about friendship. Like, I don't want a codependent, needy. I don't want that kind of, like, when I think about it, like, my really good friends are all Cindy. And our relationships exist because we want to be, like, not because we need everything from each other, but because we truly love and care about each other. And that's all it is. Like, we accept each other. I think about acceptance too. I think that I don't know how you do the friendship, relationship, like that acceptance for who you are. I also think about freedom, which is also the next word. What's freedom? When you hear freedom, what do you feel? And what does that look like to you?
It's so funny because I think freedom and I think like this.
I know, but I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
It's like, I think surrender. And we were talking about something earlier. Oh, with acting and stuff in the auditions. When I first moved to LA and I was taking this intensive, and we're like maybe 20 of us in the class, and there was either a casting director or somebody in the industry that was like leading the class and was having us read stuff. And people are reading and it's like, oh, that's good. And oh, that's great. That's getting better. And this one woman got up and read, stumbled all over the lines, didn't seem very realistic. And I'm not saying this as a judgment. I'm just saying really just like, but her aesthetic was one that person, the leader of the facilitator, was drawn to. And so the like, oh my goshness of it all. And like, we were looking at each other like, to her. And that was such a turning point for me, such a watershed moment, because I was like, there is nothing that person that she could have done something to make that person not like her, because that's just who she was. And likewise, if a person just isn't drawn to me for whatever reason, there's nothing that I can do to make him be drawn to me. And there is freedom in that realization of like, I'm just going to do my best. And after that, that's enough. And that's my best. And that.
When I think about freedom, that's why Lorren and I are
He thinks about patience. He thinks about freedom.
just so different. When I think about freedom, I think about Black people. Which I don't even know if you even knew that's where I was going with this.
No, but I'm not surprised.
So, but I do. I think about America. I think more now about people. I think about America, how we're like truly free. I don't think we're. So that's kind of where my mind goes when I think about freedom. And when I ask myself, like, are we free? And I'm like, I think you can be in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can be free here. But when you step out of that, you just come to your human side and think about the world. This is probably the only place you can be free. It's how you see freedom here. But in on this planet, we're very restricted in a lot of things. So not to get political, but that's sort of like when I think about freedom.
But I don't even think that's necessarily political. I think that I'd like on the reverse side of it is more of a psychological and spiritual thing. Because if you are in the world, so we're kind of saying the same thing, because as long as we have to engage with other people, and there are other people that can make decisions that impact us, there's a lack of freedom there.
Yep.
But the more you understand that and don't allow it to change you because you're free here, and it's like, well, that just wasn't for me. Versus, my life is now over because you didn't make this decision. There's liberty and freedom in that. Chuck it all kind of cast any raptors.
I'm gonna go on those now. So I think I got this. So this is just, which would you rather,
Okay. I'll be about,
beach or a roller coaster, and why?
ooh, roller coaster. Well, it depends on beach. I don't like sand. It gets in places it doesn't belong. Okay. I do love water.
Oh, what do you want, a pool?
No, like I could do a grass beach.
It's so boring.
This one's genuine. Oh, so yeah, I could do a roller coaster. 'Cause I love a roller
You
coaster.
have to pick one. Can't be both of them.
I don't want a typical sandy beach. So I'll pick roller coaster. Because while it's fast, it's fun, it's scary, it's always the same thing. It is the same thing. You are sitting on it, you've been waiting a long time, so you've shown the commitment. You're on the thing. It's going up, and the thoughts are like, why did I do this? The first drop is like, why did I do this? And after that, it's like, I know why I did it. And you're done, and you're like, let's do it again. And the process happen every single night, every single time.
Campers are caught. Are you an adrenaline junkie?
Well,
No?
I mean, I've done things. I'm not, like I've been skydiving, through roller coasters, but no, I don't think I'm an adrenaline.
I think so.
You
A
think so?
person that is never, I would never skydive. No.
You have to do it, so you know you don't want to.
Yeah.
I did it on my 33rd birthday, even though I'm 12.
What you said. Dinner and a movie or bar hopping. Why?
Because I love meal. Okay. The movie, you might fall asleep. You can't really engage. If you're bar hopping, you are having fun. You're connected with your friends. And then you go to another spot and connect with, you can meet people. I think it's fun. And just the relationships you make. Like these little meet cutes. And it's like for 20 minutes, you and I are the best friends. And it's like, no, I'm never see you again. And not in a bad way, but this is how it works. I just have more fun bar hopping at dinner.
I'm gonna say bar hopping as well. I fall asleep in movies. Like if it's after 6, I'm done. Like I don't care if it's the best movie on the planet. I fall asleep.
It's like reading for you.
Yes.
I get it.
So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't want to fall asleep. So if we go on a date, the movie has to be a matinee.
The geriatric times.
Yeah. It's cheaper too. Like it's like what, $7 on Tuesday. Rom-com or horror.
This is hard. Because I love a good rom-com, like a good rom-com.
You can only do one of those. You know? Yeah.
But let me tell you, because like a horror, like, I don't like slasher films like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, yeah, like, just for the sake of that, I like the psychological thrillers like Saw. Before it got weird.
So you're really crazy. Mm-hmm.
This is supposed to be a fish.
Sorry, I gotta go read forward to myself of this. Okay.
Read the third agreement. You forgot the third agreement. Okay, so I'll say rom-coms, because I'll pick a rom-com over a horror genre.
What's your favorite rom-com?
When Harry Met Sally. Oh, yeah. And Notting Hill. Those are my two favorite. What you want? What you mean to say? Jumping Broom.
Mine is I'm gonna say horror. I love Carrie. You remember that movie Carrie?
Mm-hmm. The original?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love all the Jasons, like the early on was like the whole, like, just, there's something about it that I love, like a good old, like, I'm not a big gory fan. It's just the suspense of it. Like if it's a good suspenseful movie, I think horror films today are just silly. Like they just don't, they're either like too gory, blood, guts. I don't like all that, but if it's a good suspenseful movie.
You just want to like, is it around the corner? Is it around the corner?
Yeah.
And then it's a cat.
I'm the same way with like a roller coaster. Like I love like that thrill. Like give me a good thrill.
Yeah.
But I don't want something.
Roller coaster. Which one?
Beach for sure. Yeah. Like I'm a beach. I love beaches. Most places I travel to, I go because they have beaches. I love that. Whitney or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Why?
Whitney, her voice is way better than Beyonce's, but Beyonce is a better overall performer than Whitney. And I have to give Beyonce credit. I mean, she started at like, what, 20? Not even. She was younger.
Teens.
And now she's in her 40s and has been pretty much going nonstop. Definitely since 2005, she's been going nonstop. And goes hard. So, I enjoy them though, but Beyonce.
Yep, I'm a Whitney fan. I love vocals. I think Whitney is like impeccable. She was like from like a vocal,
Mm-hmm.
the songs and chose for the. I think it's something to be said about an artist like that doesn't have to perform in that way. Like you don't need all the background dancers and all the lights and nothing. This has nothing to do with Beyonce. They're two separate artists. Um, I don't know the beehive coming in my neck, but but I love vocal ability in artists that are really great vocalists that can do a lot of stuff with their voice. And I think Whitney did that. I think she changed music, like black music, in a way. Because there hasn't really been another Whitney Houston. Like there's never. When I think about performers and stuff like that, we always have had really strong performers. We've had really great performers. And I'm sure there's artists out there that exist. They're just not as big as Whitney. But Whitney was able to sing any genre of music really well. She could do opera. She could do gospel. She could do Christmas, R&B, jazz. There's not a genre of music she did not do well. That to me is
She didn't sling on that heavy metal album.
love or riches.
What? Yeah. Surrounded in money. Because I know me enough. Like if I had a whole bunch of money, but didn't have friendships, relationships, I would just be bored and then sad that I had a bunch of money and nothing to do with it. And I don't think the absence of rich means poor or the lack of so I think I can choose love and still delight in some things.
Love and poor.
I mean, what we got in there?
Yep. You have nothing.
My God is not a God that I don't want to choose. Love and poor. Love and poor, but I got a job interview.
So you're still choosing love.
Yeah.
Same. I would too. Like I think that to experience like true love and to be above and to show up love to me is the greatest gift on the planet. Like some people never really experience it.
It's sad.
They don't even allow themselves to. And you think love is a choice?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I feel like every black is a choice.
Because her daddy just slammed something down. They twins though. They twins.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think everything is a choice. But I think love is a choice because you might have like the initial like emotion or something or connection or desire to want to connect with that individual, but it's what you do with it that you make of it. And there's some people, to your point, like there's some people that are like, I can't. Yeah. And so they don't choose it. And then there's some people that are like, give that to me. I think it's fair. Get you upside the head and just,
No, I think you choose who you like fall in love with. I guess it's kind of how I say it. I think you choose that stuff. I think you choose the stuff around it. Like if that makes sense. Like I think you choose the person, choose their behaviors. You choose that stuff. And in choosing that stuff, like then there's love that shows up. Have you ever met anybody that you're like right away like you just love? Several.
There's several, but
And I'm not even talking about it about
yeah, I know. Like my high school best friend, she'll make fun because I saw her and I was just like, you and I are friends. And she was like, oh, Bert. And I was like, we will. And I was triumphant. So yeah, it's sometimes I've seen people and I've just been drawn to them. Like, we need to connect. We need to have fun. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Morning, I'm making waffles.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I'm the same. Like, I feel that way. And it's not often. You had to choose. You only get what? Family or friends. Blood. When I say family, I mean blood.
I'll say friends because friends can be family and feel like family. And I have wonderful family members that I'm not as close with as I am friends. And part of me is like, oh, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I say friends.
I don't know if you feel different. Oh, wow.
I also got like being in LA for so long. For people that don't like when you travel or move to another completely different state
With no family.
when you're family,
Yeah.
those people become your family.
I think that's the only reason I would say that. I think my adult life was spent, most of my adult life is spent away from my actual relative. Even though I got a brother in LA. So, but again, like I was away from like my core. So, and I think with dating man, like for me, like I've experienced the most hurt from my family.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced, and I've not, and I think it happens to a lot. I think for me, that's where I've experienced it. What people? So I would say friends. If I had to just make a decision, Oprah or Serena.
What? My first instinct was Serena because I was like, what? It's so like apples in baskets.
What? They're two powerful black women that are going across the world.
I say Serena.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm like, both of them were pioneers, though.
If you don't get, you need to say why you chose Serena.
I would think I chose Serena because I like how there have been moments where the world or media or whomever has tried to like dog or shame or drag black tennis players, and I like how she stands up and speaks out on that. And I like how when they're trying to come for her, she tells them to kick rocks. She tells people to kick rocks. Because sometimes people need to kick rocks. You know what I mean? I mean, Oprah clearly tells people to kick rocks, but it's in a whole different way. Serena will just say it quick as time. I like that.
I'm gonna say Oprah. And the reason I put these two, like, when I think about if you had to choose, I think black women be successful about it in these equal with. I think they both were pioneers in spaces that are now, they've opened doors to black girls and black women that are like want to be in those spaces, like over journalism, Serena sports tennis, which is a white sport in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And they both became the blueprint for Oprah's the blueprint for journalism. If Jenna White, she was a phenomenal interviewer. You sit down with Oprah, just the blueprint, Serena, the blueprint for tennis, but just different generations, to be honest, like in different spaces, but still opening doors on a global scale. Like it's just in a way that I think is very impactful on that. So I would say Oprah because I think she inspired Black people. Oprah inspired people.
Right.
I'm gonna just take the Black out of it. Like her talk show was one of the best talk shows that I've ever experienced and watched. And it was a very brave talk show. Like she's focused on racism, politics, celebrity. I mean, she touched on stuff and in a way that was educational. And, it's very like you learned a lot of stuff watching that. You got to see America on her show too. So I was sitting there too. I think she opened up doors that somebody like a Serena probably. Yeah, like I can do that. Just do it at tennis. So that's that. Let's do my next one. It is if you have to choose one, joy or happiness.
Joy.
Okay.
Joy to me, richer. Like, I don't think that anyone is experiencing joy. And it's like, I mean, I'm not really happy, but I have joy. No, you calm if you are. But I feel like you can have.
So you're saying they're not saying, I had a good day, but I had a lot of joy.
Yeah, no one's saying that. So I feel like you can get a twofer with joy, where happiness might be like a moment. Like, I'm feeling happy in this moment. Then that moment will go away, and then you're like, no, I'm not. So I'll say joy.
I feel the same. I think happiness is a mood. I think joy is everlasting. Like you can be happy. Happy is like being in love. Like being in love is ebbs and flows. You just kind of, well, if I'm not in love, I'm in love. You just kind of go back.
I hate you.
And then joy to me is a state of being. Like it's joy. I have joy. And again, I think it's a richer feeling. It's a more sustainable space. I think it's hard to obtain. I think happiness, you can eat a piece of candy or have your favorite dessert. Just make me happy. It's not this. But also, I could go down a rabbit hole on happiness because I think there's a false sense of happiness in general on this planet. Like people they teach you false happiness. Like you can look at a commercial, a woman having like menstrual cramps and all this stuff. She's like, I could just mine do 10 packs. I mean, there's these commercials where
This is spoken by a man who's never experienced cramps. Okay, because when you have
y'all
the
have any
relief,
cramps?
no, when they go away, you're happy. I'm gonna be very happy.
I'm not saying when they go away. They're having them, they're showing them there because of the 10 packs.
Because they're happy about cramps. They're happy because it's like I can wear my white shorts because the 10 packs is some good.
See, but she still got cramps.
She might not have cramps.
I'm gonna edit this one out because they're gonna tear me up. So
Joy is a state of joy is a being, is a presence, it's richer.
okay. If you had one superpower and only one, what would it be and why?
my first thought was like, to be able to predict the lotto. Yeah, that would be it. Whenever I want it.
Okay, Lord Musk. Lord Gates.
And that is why.
She's a capitalist, clearly.
So that way I can go on my vacations with where I want to.
So you guys are seeing the difference between Lord and I. Mine would be that you've been suffering. This joke over here talking about the increases.
How about this? If I won the lotto, I could end human suffering because I have all the money.
Good point. Good point.
And then when I run out of money, I win the next one. So there we go.
Okay.
I win.
What's your motivation? Like, who motivates you? Or what motivates you?
Peace.
How?
Because I beat myself up when I feel guilty. And when I don't feel guilty, I have peace. When like nothing is like heavy. So like, I'm going to do things that are light. So that's my motivation. And so when I'm feeling like this feels good, I know to keep going in that direction. When this feels, and it's a difference between like this feels hard versus this feels weird. Hard doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. But just peace, things that like my gut, even though I'm right here, that just feels like exhale. That's what I like. I want to live in an exhalic state.
What are you resistant to?
Chaos and evil.
You feel like you're a very open human? Like you're open to new experiences and new things?
I do think that I'm open to new experiences, but I also think I'm open as far open as I'm willing to be open right now. And I'm okay with that.
That's a really political answer.
Well, okay. I think like I'm willing to, like, I have an open mind. I hear conversations and it's like, oh, I didn't think about that before. Or try to travel here. Oh, I didn't think about that before. Try to eat vegan. I didn't think about that before. You know what I mean? But I'm not,
Can I share my opinion?
go, oh gosh.
Don't be
No,
looking at Rod.
I'm not open. I'm not open and you share. Okay, go ahead. I think we had this conversation before, and I was like, boy, get out of my face. Get out of my face.
I don't even got to say anything. I don't.
Enough
Just
singing.
say, boy, get out of my face. She did. She did. Lorren,
Yes.
Lorren Cotton.
Not my name.
Oh, LaQuisha. Lorren LaQuisha Cotton. I'm sorry. Oh,
For mama.
excuse me. I think you are open.
I feel like this is a setup. You're like,
You're just not very trusting on things that are like that you staunch. There's certain things that I feel like you're very like firm on because of. There's also you are very conservative. You are very like I don't even like using that word.
I know nowadays it means
Yeah,
something.
it's like a weird terms. Can't even use them in vocabulary.
I'm probably a little more black and okay.
Yes,
I
that's a
I
good term.
I grew up very black and white.
Yeah.
Very. And as I get older, I see
But I think that's
the
what you
gray.
are. I think the black and white is why you were very unassuming. I think they're very you were like, this is, if the person shows up surface level, if it's whatever it is, that's what you are experiencing. You're not trying to see beyond what they're showing you.
I feel like, I mean, this is an insult to myself, but it's almost like the lights are on, but nobody's home kind of thing. It's
I
kind
don't
of
think
like,
so.
I'm like,
No, because I've seen you last weekend was a good example where you was like, yeah, somebody came in, just met him, and you were like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that whole, you get what I mean? Because it was what the person presented to you. It was not anything deeper than that, because you don't know the person, you just met him. But what they presented to you in that moment, you did not like it. And you were very vocal about it, which is whatever, it's fine. And I think that that's a really good thing. I don't think it's negative. I think that the judgment is harmful. I think judgment is way more harmful versus like being in the moment and being present and experiencing this for what it is. And in this moment, like, that was not a good experience. I didn't experience you well. I don't know how you think you came across, but for me,
know that self.
yeah, you know what I mean? So I think that's good. But since I've known you, and I told you this too, like, you are, I don't even know if conservative is a good word. Like, you're a very interesting human in a way where I think you have this big personality and people love you, they're attracted to you, but there's also a large part of you that's very conservative and very, like, safety is very important to you. That's like a core thing for you. Like, you have to feel safe, and you're not gonna, if anything that you see or that you're experiencing makes you feel unsafe, like, you're gonna, that's you, or you're gonna defend yourself. You're gonna go into like this defense mode, which,
Or the withdrawal. I'll do something if I feel safe. I'll have a reaction to it. It's a big deal.
the places where I feel like you judge are things that like reading books or something. Like, you just a person, you're like, I ain't read that book. I ain't meditating. Like, even meditation, if it takes like time, and like meditation is one of those things that nobody's good at it when they start. Like, you have to think about your brain. Like, to shut your brain off, not to think about anything.
You know when I'm able to do that? When I do yoga.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm thinking about that pose.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm not thinking of, like, I noticed that
That's a good one. Yeah.
myself. And when I used to go to Agape, LA, they're like, and now we're going to meditate for 10 minutes and play the music. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and it just feels so, like, fake for me. Not that it's fake for people, but it feels, because I'm like, I'm not taking, and then I'm focusing on the focus, and about conversation about the conversation, about stop having the conversation because you need to not have an argument.
Yep.
Oh, just getting down with dog, girl. They're going away.
But that's also the black and white part of you that shows up. That's who you are. That shows up in those places where it's about meditation is about practicing shutting off. It's about practicing being present and not thinking about anything. But you're like, well, I'm gonna think about stuff anyway, or I'm gonna have these whatever thoughts and yeah.
They call my brain New York City, and that's so.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, love you.
Love you
Good life. All the good things. Like, I'm wishing you all good energy this next chapter. All the things you want, the vacations, the working when you want to. I think you have all the stuff like that. And if you meditate.
Meditate.
Well, no, love you. Can you close and order anything you wanna? How can people find you? If they want to follow you.
You can find all my handles are very, except my TikTok is different, but everything is Lorren Cotton. My TikTok is Kilolo1. Kilolo.1. Sure.
Kilo.
Kilolo. So that one. But everything else is just Lorren Cotton on Instagram, links, LinkedIn.
Awesome. Well, this was a great episode. Thank you guys for watching. Again, you can follow all the handles at The Kitchen Couch. TheKitchenCouch.com is our website. You can also email us at info@thekitchencouch.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Peace out.
Where's that vegan taco?
The Kitchen Couch Podcast. We're feeding the soul one conversation at a time. The Kitchen Couch Podcast. The Kitchen Couch. The Kitchen Couch. We feel